Yeah, I'm with you, bud.
I apologize for having to hold so long. I just wanted to get through all of our guests. Appreciate. I know that you listen all the time, so first let me say thank you for that.
I enjoyed listening. It's been a good show so far tonight.
We try to do at least one good show a month. If we can do more than that, then we feel like we're overachieving.
Yeah, you overachieved tonight so far. Good show. Good show.
Now you've called in. You've had some. You got something to tell us about. I'm not really sure, but you did have something you want to talk about.
Yeah, just gonna shoot the bull a little bit. First off, let old Hollywood introduce me. Have a little introduction. He's one of the closest people that knows me. So that's up to you, Brian, if you want to speak about me a little bit.
Well, Jerry Florence is, well, let's see. You blew it, Jerry, because you requested an introduction, but I'll give you an introduction.
Hell no. I thought that was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I want to give Jerry an introduction.
Give him.
Jerry Florence Jr. drives. He runs a Chevette out at Moeller Raceway Park. He's there every weekend. I don't think he misses a weekend. He's there a lot. Him and his dad. And needless to say, Jerry Florence Jr. is a character in himself. So he is. And here, I give you a big one. He is moving up from the Chevette class next season. Right?
We're trying. That's the plans.
We don't try. We just do. Okay.
What is the next class up?
Modifieds.
Oh, okay. All right.
My brother actually has a 06 Bandit we're working out a deal on, and if everything plans out, that's what we'll be running next year. And I actually just talked to, you guys know who Jimmy Shadow is? I don't know. Brian Gray, you probably know Jimmy Shadow, right?
I'm not sure.
Tattoo artist Jimmy Shadow.
Okay.
Well, he actually does wraps, custom paint, airbrush. Well, it's official that he'll be doing our wrap on the mod next year, so that's our official sponsor for next year. That's glad to know. Very stoked
what's been
that.
happening? What's been happening over at the Moeller that's been aggravating you guys?
Oh yeah. Well, I seen he got you kind of fired up when that Hines boy was sitting on top of you.
No, I thought at first that Jeremy was ticked at me, which he had every right to be, but
right.
But he wasn't mad at me. He was busy arguing with one of the. He said that he was yelling at one of the safety crew guys. That's who he was arguing with was them. He wasn't arguing with me. He was wanting to fight one of those guys.
Yeah, it just kind of, we were standing there at the fence watching, and me and my father, and it just kind of looked like that Al Carrier was kind of antagonizing it a little bit.
See, I know you guys are talking about guys I don't know now, but the event was good. The event was great from everybody I talked to.
I'll have to say that's the roughest that track's ever been, man. I've never seen that track like that. It's always been a good, smooth racetrack, and I don't know if it was more of a concern of fan appreciation night, but I just know up on the High Line, that's where I like it. And it was rough. That's where Chad rolled in turn 3, and he took one hell of a ride, boy, I'll tell you. But,
well, it had to be exciting for the fans, and how many people were there?
Oh, yeah, a big shout-out to Jody and all the DRC. Most definitely, that was one hell of an event. They brought massive cars and many people.
Listen, I don't know how many. I know Matt's wife or girlfriend, and her name escapes me. She helps out too, but
that's Shannon.
That's right, Shannon and Matt and Wade and Jody, and I'm sure T probably helped out. But if they didn't have any more help than that, they did one of the best jobs PRing the thing, and just using social media. It looked like. I'm sure they had other outlets. But who was in charge of getting the track ready?
You're going to have to talk to Brian on that one because, the old man, we're actually sitting there trying to figure out who is actually in charge of the track. Is it Kevin Moeller? Is it Kim Moeller? Who is even in charge? No one knows.
So I mean, it was out of character from what you're saying.
Yeah, like nobody even knows who actually makes the rules. Like all that Steve Casebolt bullcrap, how he was running American Racer tires.
You said that wrong, Jerry. You said that wrong. It's Cranksbolt.
It's Cranksbolt. Cranksbolt.
All right, we'll go with Steve Cranksbolt.
Steve, okay. There you go. I know who you're talking about now.
Nothing against Dwayne Chamberlain or anybody else, but they were running American racing tires and they weren't leading the race. So I think the boy just drove the wheels off the car, and just plain and simple. And I'm not playing favoritism, nothing like that. Stapleton, he was right there, but still.
So there were more cars there on American Racers besides.
Yeah.
Besides Cranksbolt.
And you were in the meeting. You were in the drivers' meeting, Gray. There was nothing said about Hoosier Tires as the official sponsor of Mullet. They never said one word about you have to run Hoosiers during this race.
Well,
am I correct?
I think on the website it says.
Yes, exactly, on the website, but it was never brought up. So who makes that judgment call?
I don't ever recall that it was being open tires, but then again, Jerry, like I've always said, nothing's perfect.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. You can't let a guy. Let's put it like this. You can't let somebody come out hot lap, run qualifying, run their heat race, and then wait till they win the feature to say something. If you're going to enforce tech, the cars need to be checked. There used to be a time when you had tech guys that walked around and instead of everybody walking up and filling out their little card and drawing a number, they had somebody walked around, they got your name, they looked at your car, and if they seen anything, they were at least looking.
Right.
I don't think I've had my car. I haven't seen a tech guy besides maybe rolling through a Lucas Oil event, and even that tech was, slim to none.
Yeah, that's something that needs to be fixed. I definitely agree.
So that's not really just a Moeller situation. I think that's an everywhere situation.
Yeah, I agree. I've heard this talked about on the show before, and it's like it's getting out of hand. I'll kind of go into the Chevette class here. We're not running Chevettes. We're running Outlaw 4-cylinders. We might as well throw quick change rear ends under them. You know what I mean? Them little cars ain't Chevettes no more.
No.
When you got $10,000 in a motor, we're not. We're actually running Rookie of the Year. We're running Rookie this year, and we're 7th in points. We'll be tickled to death if we make it up to 5th, but we may have $8,000 in our, maybe $9 in the whole car. Some of them guys got $10,000 in their motor. It's like, can you stay out of control?
Well, I mean that's just racing as a whole. As far as I agree. The mentality needs to be changed in our sport. That money shouldn't be the overall factor. It should be talent, and it should be competitive cars. I mean, out-moneying somebody doesn't do anything. That don't prove nothing.
It kind of runs back into your subject of tech. There's no tech to actually, it's pretty much open rule for anything.
Right. If you don't have somebody enforcing the rules, there are no rules.
Exactly. So if you want to cheat, go ahead and cheat. You're going to win.
Right. So that's kind of going to be the game plan from here on out. But I just don't know where we can cheat.
Everybody
come on,
now,
Hollywood, you can't say that on air, buddy.
Shoot, it costs money to cheat.
Moon Man, he said he was going to be having spiced tires. But anyway, well, Jerry, thank you for being a listener, and thanks for calling in. We're running up against the end of the show. And good luck with the open wheel modified. And sometimes the racetrack just hits it right. Sometimes they don't. So
Yes.
Moeller will be back, but you still can't take anything away from what the DRC did and what they do for the lower classes and the compacts.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah, that was.
They had to have a record attendance Friday, and I'm sure that the fans got what they came to see.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. They got their money's worth.
Hey, Brian and Jerry, thanks for calling in, brother, and keep listening and park that Chevette in Victory Lane or the modified next year, and we'll have you as a celebrated guest.